What do you think? Could the angels in the Bible actually be extraterrestrials? Share your thoughts in the comments right now before we even dive in. And while you're here, don't forget to like this video, send it to someone curious about this topic, and subscribe to Prayer Braze. This channel is not for passive viewers. It's for those seeking spiritual awakening and biblical boldness. Some passages in the scriptures describe beings descending from the heavens, interacting with humans in awe-inspiring ways. They move between realms, delivering messages from beyond. But who are these beings really? The Bible calls them angels, God's messengers. But for some, these accounts seem to hint at something else. Could they be encounters of another kind? Take Genesis 28. Jacob has a vision, a ladder stretching from heaven to earth. Angels ascend and descend, God speaks directly to him. For many, this is a deeply spiritual moment. But ancient astronaut theorists see something more literal. They suggest the ladder might have been a form of celestial transport, perhaps a beam of light or interdimensional structure used by beings far more advanced than us. In their view, the angels were otherworldly visitors. Now, of course, this was a dream, not a physical encounter. But it raises an interesting question. In Genesis 1, God says, "Let us make man in our image after our likeness." Who was God speaking to? Christians say the Trinity. Others, however, wonder if he was addressing fellow divine beings, perhaps a council of celestial creators. Or, as some suggest, ancient visitors from another world. According to these theories, a highly evolved race may have arrived on Earth long ago and played a part in the creation of humanity. Could this explain sudden leaps in human development? Some go even further, connecting this theory to the prophet Elijah. Unlike anyone else, Elijah didn't die. He was separated from his disciple Elisha by a chariot of fire, then lifted to heaven in a whirlwind. For Christians, it's a divine ascension. But for conspiracy theorists, it resembles a textbook alien abduction. A vehicle arrives, there's fire and force, and Elijah is taken. And what if the life of Jesus Christ itself holds clues? He referred to himself as the Son of God. He performed miracles, walked on water, defeated death. Could he have been more than human? Some even suggest he was a being from another realm. Divine, yes, but not in the way tradition understands. Let's pause here. These are theories, not truths. Most serious theologians reject them. Biblical visions are understood to be spiritual revelations, not alien encounters. But the conversation continues, even among pastors. Barry Downing, for example, wrote The Bible and Flying Saucers, where he proposes that angels may actually be extraterrestrial visitors. He points to verses like Hebrews 13:2. "Do not neglect to show hospitality to strangers, for by doing so, some have entertained angels unaware." Could some angels have been aliens, disguised as men? One of the most cited passages is Ezekiel's vision. "I looked, and behold, a whirlwind was coming out of the north, a great cloud with fire flashing forth continually, and a bright light around it. And in its center something like glowing metal in the midst of the fire, and within it the likeness of 4 living beings. And this was their appearance. They had human form." For Downing, this sounds like a spacecraft and crew. But let's be careful. Ezekiel makes clear it was a vision. The beings were cherubim, spiritual creatures in the presence of God, not physical aliens. Here's the real danger. When we try to force modern science fiction into ancient spiritual texts, we risk distorting their meaning. These visions aren't failed descriptions of UFOs. They're glimpses into a divine realm most of us barely comprehend. Still, what do you believe? Are these simply spiritual visions, or do they hint at cosmic visitors? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Let's open this conversation wide. And if you're hungry for deeper spiritual truth, this is the moment to subscribe to Prayer Braze. Here we go beyond surface religion. We reveal the spiritual mysteries that stir the soul and confront the questions others are too afraid to ask. Hit the bell, drop a like, and share this with someone who's ready for more. This isn't entertainment, it's a wake-up call.